Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the after the show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Oh, man. Logan took Jaybird out.
Damn.
Crazy, huh? He went up to my hometown for the Bigfoot Festival, and yesterday he was saying, he's like, I don't know.
I don't feel so good, guys.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't get anything on the plane.
Yeah, so he woke up today with fever, and that's pretty much any time. Yeah, you got a fever, you got to stay at home.
Well, he said there was somebody on the plane that was by him coughing. And, you know, I mean, if you're coughing the whole entire flight, maybe you shouldn't be on a flight. Like, that's just so rude to do that to people.
Well, you know, some people are doing that, unfortunately, because they don't want to be inconvenienced. And, you know, the way it's going right now, let's just walk through the practicality of this. You go to another city, you run around like crazy, you don't feel well, you get a fever, and you got COVID. Now, here's the thing. Let's say that your plane leaves the next day or you got to be home. You're just tired of being there. You're paying for a hotel room. Let's say you're staying in a pretty decent place. Hotel's running you $200 a night, or I don't know.
More, maybe.
You don't know. But you budgeted what you budgeted for. Now, according to the way it goes, if you're in another city and you would get COVID, you need to chill in your hotel room for 5 days. And then you would have to consider putting a mask on and then maybe flying home at that point if you're doing it right. So let's say that you're 1 day in. You got 3 more days left of your COVID hanging out, but you're supposed to leave the next day. A lot of people are like, it would cost me $800. And so most people probably are like, screw it. What's it gonna mean? And not even with COVID, just if they're sick or they don't feel quite right, they're likely going to force themselves to get on a plane and get home, because most people, they already want to get home anyway. They're just tired of being out. I know when our trip comes to an end, my wife can be gone for 48 hours. After 48 hours, she's like, I'm ready to go
Done.
home. I mean, I know right now we go to Chicago in a week or whatever it is. She's going to be, by Friday, she's going to be ready to come home. And I think we're not coming until Sunday. She's going to be miserable the next 2 days. I don't know why she booked it as long as she did, because she is going to be ready after a full Thursday, Friday in Chicago. By Saturday, she's like, I'm ready to go home.
Are y'all at the Swiss Hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I get my room number, I'll announce it. So if you guys want to come.
This conference books the same hotel every year, right there on the Navy Pier. It's a nice hotel.
No, it's great. It's going to be nice. You're right there by Michigan Avenue. If you always see they do cutaways of Chicago, and you'll see the river that is right there, and then they have those drawbridges. So the hotel's pretty much on that street right there. So
pretty spot.
Yeah, it's like right outside. So it's a good place to be. So that'll all be good. But yeah, for that reason, I got a little bit of paranoia about this, because we're going and you're going to go hard. I mean, it's part work then part family. The front part of it's going to be work, and the back part of it's going to be family. But still, being gone that long, I don't sleep as well. But I'm not in that sleep number bed.
I hear ya.
Plug.
There's no hotel bed, I don't care how comfy they are, that compares to customizing your own mattress.
When you're just out of your element, I sleep with a fan on every night too. So the whole sleeping environment's different. And then probably you're going to be drinking more than what you typically do. So that's going to throw off your sleep.
Kathy Hilton from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills travels with a giant box fan.
Does she really?
Yes. Like the ones that you get at Target.
Right, yeah. How?
She puts it in a suitcase and has people that make sure it is set up in her room.
Yeah.
She don't put anything to chance.
So she has people. So
I
don't have people.
She has several people.
Yeah.
She has more people than you have family.
Well, I'm other people's people. So that's where my problem is. I've got no people because I'm other people's people.
If you don't have a bitch, you are a bitch.
I am a bitch. Yeah, I'm the bitch in that. Yeah, so that's not going to work out for me. So, yeah, I got a little bit of paranoia about, gosh, man, then when I come back, I'm already going to be out for 3 days. Like, I just pray I don't come back sick. I did get this email from Callie, and she said, I found this product at the start of the pandemic. I've flown with my daughter and husband several times, and inevitably one of us would end up with some kind of sickness or the sniffles. Between the masks and this product, I can say it's a game changer. It says it's Nozin, Nozin. You can order it on Amazon. So apparently, I think I've seen something like this. I think it's maybe you spray it up your nose or something like that for the nostrils, and it's supposed to maybe coat that and kill anything that comes in through your nose, because that's a lot of times what happens.
Also a great place to smuggle your liquid cocaine, right?
No, you're right. Yeah, a little shot of that. And wide awake for the flight home, just what you want.
Wide awake for the whole trip.
Just what I love. Really drinking the camaraderie of everyone on that plane that I don't know. Yeah, so that's it. And you know, the other thing that I started doing too is Lysol. I got the little Lysol thing, so I'm spraying down the seat and everything else that I'm in. I look like a maniac when I get on a plane now. And I've got I have a whole checklist of everything I have to do. And then on top of it, I put my hands in my sleeves, put my hoodie up, I cover my face with my mask. I look like a...
You look like a guy who's worried about getting sick.
Well, I look shifty, and then I've covered my whole face. So I think it's either that or I look like a terrorist.
You're not the only guy doing that. Just know. I know you feel like you are because you feel like you are taking so many crazy precautions, but I know people that do the exact same things that you're talking about when they travel. It's just your level of fear, because you seem to be a little susceptible to lung issues, and if anything bronchial comes your way, it rocks your world because you've already got pre-existing conditions when it comes to that.
That's what gets me. Yeah.
You are allowed to be a little more scared than the average person.
Yeah, so that's really my only fear of flying. Now I've actually got a phobia of flying. It's because of germs and getting sick. So we'll see.
Get that sleep, though. Make sure you clock all that sleep when you're in Chicago.
That's the biggest thing. And, you know, I've learned some lessons from going to Chicago. I gotta chill out a little bit. Like, I went a little too heavy. One day we went out. We were in Wrigleyville. I was having a great time. I drank too many craft beers. I met up with my high school buddy. I drank too many more craft beers. And then my family's like, you know, we're already kind of moving on. Why don't you just get home? And then I try to get on the L, and I'm like, wait, how the hell do I? And I'm looking at all these lines. I'm fucking hammered. And I'm looking, and all I see is these lines for streets I don't even recognize. I'm like, holy crap, where am I going? I remember one time I was just wasted sitting there under a bridge. I'm like, I'm going to sleep here tonight.
In Chicago.
I'm like, I don't know how I'm getting home. This is terrible.
I had to stop for a little while. Eventually, I might go back to those radio conferences. But, yeah, I would go so hard, so balls to the wall. One of the last times I was in Chicago, I was so hammered. I was doing naked yoga in my room, and the interns were in there. And
I think I remember that.
They were like, she's lost her mind. And I had lost my mind. I was having so much fun.
So now you're not going to go, huh?
Well, I think some people that were at the conference saw the naked yoga.
So you've been hiding all these years because of naked yoga?
Yes.
I was wondering why you stopped going. That's funny.
Yeah, you're friends with some of the people that saw the naked yoga, and I'm kind of ashamed.
And they're still on radio?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't really fully know that story.
I was overserved.
Well,
intern Annabelle could tell you all about it. She was there. I took her, and I was showing her the radio ropes.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it just got away from me.
Went for it. Okay. I got you. Well, you can tell he's back on the show. You can hear him drinking. There's Bird. He's, with us. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, guys. Good to be back.
Get a little nap in?
I wasn't feeling good. I felt like I was bringing the product down even more than what it was.
Which is a feat.
Yeah. I don't want to bring this from awful to awfuler.
It's always an adjustment, but
Yeah, you tapped out right in time to escape the wrath of "Do It, bitch." Smart move.
I wasn't even thinking about all that bullshit. Yeah, man. I don't know what the fuck I got. I think you're right. I got Logan flu.
yeah, well, it's probably just who knows what it is. It's just anytime you get on a plane anymore, it really is. To me, it's about a 50-50 chance. You're walking into a tube that there is a half better than not chance you're going to walk out of that tube with some kind of illness.
You're walking into a petri dish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I already sleep like a fucking asshole anyway. And if I'm on vacation or I'm on a road trip, I don't sleep for diddly dick. I mean, my sleep is bad. So I think what happens is I get a little run down, and if I'm on a plane and someone's coughing or doing whatever the fuck they're doing, I think I get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like you might just be more susceptible than the average person because of that sleep. The sleep kicks you in the dick.
Mm-hmm.
It can, yeah. We won't mention that the sleep number, though.
Well, when you're traveling, you get dick kicked.
There you go.
Yeah, 'cause you're not in that sleep number bed.
Being in your own bed is so huge. And if you're laying when I was at Disney, even the Disney beds didn't come anywhere close to the sleep number bed. And I woke up and my hip was like kind of sore, and I kind of,
Well, there's just something about it. And I don't know if it's one of those things you chalk up to as you get older, but I don't think when I was in my 20s, I could sleep anywhere. We would go and be like, yeah, screw we sleep on a floor or
sleep on the bathroom floor.
In a bathtub or, whatever. You didn't ever worry about where you're sleeping. And now, probably started in my late 20s, early 30s, where it's like any place that I go now, I don't sleep as well. And every year it gets worse.
You got to have like a whole prissy setup.
You do.
With a fan. Right pillow.
Yeah.
Right sheets.
Yeah. I'm just not sleeping.
It's got to be perfect.
Gosh, such a bitch anymore. So, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, good luck traveling, Kev.
Yeah, thanks. Let me see a couple other ways to travel. I saw that even if you stay on the ground, you got some problems. I don't know if you saw, I guess apparently this morning, Brightline was responsible for its third death in Palm Beach County in a week.
In a week?
In a week. 3 in a week. Got one in Lake Worth.
Was it a pedestrian
this
or a
morning.
vehicle?
I think it was a pedestrian. I've only just read comments for it. I didn't have enough time to fully, go into the story. But it looked like that was it. Some people were chatting about it. But
Oh, boy.
yeah. Third in Palm Beach County in a week. I always talk about that. I'm like, man, might be, and somebody, then they had a good comment, and somebody's kind of like trying to put a little bit of blame on the Brightline, and they're like, blame the train that stays on the same tracks that have been there since the 1920s. I mean, you know where this thing goes, and you know it goes fast. Stay away, and unfortunately, it's a lot of people that they use it to commit suicide.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
Well,
Is this a thing that is
It
a
is.
suicide
It is.
thing?
It's not the train's fault that they have taken the easy route.
No, it's too bad, and especially you go through Palm Beach County. I mean, right now it is kind of a terrible recipe, and I'm sure Brightline knows this. I'm not going to tell them anything they don't know. You've got so many rehab places in Palm Beach County, and I know my wife worked there for 3 years. You've unfortunately got a lot of people that are really down and out, and they're just mentally not in a good place. And they go wandering away from it. And coincidentally, a lot of these rehab facilities are really damn close to these Brightline tracks. And they're just like, they're in a bad spot, and they just are not thinking right. And boom, say, I'm just going to walk right into these tracks, and there you go. It ends their life and causes all kinds of chaos on the tracks for the day.
That's going to be messed up, too, though, for the people driving the train.
Oh,
That's
no doubt.
something that they don't want to have to deal with.
No.
And that's trauma for them.
Oh, big time.
too.
I can't even imagine what that would be like seeing that. And that's probably got to replay itself. Yeah, if we wanted to really break it down, replay itself in your dreams. If you're that, and who knows, it would be interesting to see as far as these conductors, if some of them have multiple kill counts. It'd be tough enough to deal with one. But if you had several, You know, and I mean, how many, like 60 something like that, have died at the hands of the Brightline since it's opened up? It's number one in the nation for deaths right now. And you'd be like, some may say, like, yeah, I've seen 4. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't get easier any time. Just like, what are you going to do? I can't stop this thing.
I hope they have a good health insurance policy for those conductors that includes mental health therapy.
Just terrible. It really is.
Well, if you watch somebody die, that's going to stick with you.
Not only that, it probably makes you super paranoid to go on shift and then see any body or human walking by the track at any point.
Oh, no doubt.
And they do. People walk right by the track. I saw it happen. The arms were down, and these people were walking on the inside of the down arm as the train was coming. And I'm like, are you a effing moron or what?
It really is unbelievable.
On the inside of the arm.
And none of these deaths I would put on the Brightline itself. I just put it on the people and how we interact with it. And it's like, I brought this up as a topic one time. Can South Florida, can we have nice things? Because I don't know. I don't know if you can take our population and say that we can coexist with this train. Eventually, what I think is going to happen, and right now they're making a large monetary investment to try to make the intersections where the Brightline goes a lot safer. They're going to basically have to start putting moats and walls that come out of the ground in. And eventually, who knows? They might start putting walls up around the sides of the tracks. Now, that's not going to be cheap, but, you know, in time, as they start making money, they may have to start doing that. So you would have to, or you couldn't scale a wall to get into where the Brightline tracks are. That's probably the only way to make it completely safe, because people are going to do everything they can to get at that train.
And I don't want people to get it twisted thinking I don't have sympathy or empathy for someone who's taken their own life, but I do, and that's a terrible thing. But we got to look at it on the other side too. The people hitting the bodies, that's fucked up for them.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It's bad all the way around, and you know, it's progress. I think it's really good. I think we're going to need to start going to more mass transit in South Florida with the way the population is growing. So you have to do it. It's unfortunate that you have to make it an impenetrable track that people can't get to. Because, and selfishly, it's like, hey, look, first of all, don't kill yourself, one. I hate that. But two, you are inflicting emotional trauma on a conductor. You're inconveniencing a lot of people that are going to have to deal with all this kind of stuff. Yeah, there's, you prioritize it. Suicide is completely terrible and number one awful. But then it goes on down the list that there are a lot of things that happen on down the way. So I'm sure that until they can alleviate all those issues, they're going to have to keep saying, okay. And I don't think they're going to ever be done until they put walls up around either side of that Brightline track, because you just can't trust the people that we got around here.
And even then, if you put a wall and someone wants to commit suicide, they're going to figure out how to jump that wall.
Well, you just have to make it as tough as you possibly can. Put spikes on it. Make it electric.
Oh, so make it like Jay Bird's wall around his heart?
That's it.
I mean, we were talking about some depressing shit, but Virginia made it even more depressing. They can climb that wall, Kev.
She can always dunk on anything depressing you have.
I mean, fuck. She got game.
If it's sad, bring it to me. I'll make it so sad.
And to give you a quick heads up, just so you know, especially people that are a little bit north of us and haven't really seen the Brightline as much as we have from West Palm south to Miami, they are going to start cranking up that train to 110 miles an hour later this fall. So you're just months away. So you're just getting used to this train and the speeds. And you'd be like, oh, you know what? I got a little bit of time. I know about how long it takes. No, don't even play, because it's going to be going even faster. So it's right now going like 79 miles an hour. And very soon, and you don't know which day it's going to be, 79 to 110 is a good jump. It's going to be going 30 miles an hour faster.
You won't even be able to see it when it's coming.
Yeah.
And then it'll hit you before you figure out what's going on.
Yeah, so that's going to be a pretty quick moving speed. They say at that speed, it'll take between 5 and 7 seconds to pass through an intersection. That's how fast it's going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, gone. That's it. That's how fast it's going to be going.
Respect those lights and arms. When they come down, you hit the brakes. Don't go anywhere near them.
And then between Cocoa and Orlando, when they get that going, they're going to start at 125 miles an hour, starting at 125, and they're going to work up to 150.
Dang.
So, I mean, that's pretty legit. So, the other thing to let you know, I mean, they do these kind of trains over in Asia. In fact, they go 300 miles an hour. So, we're only, they would look at ours and be like, man, it's like the tortoise and the hare.
300?
They can get trains that go 300 miles an hour.
Do you need to go that fast in life? I don't know.
At that point, does your skin start peeling off your face?
I don't need to be there that fast. I'll just get there the
Do you
regular.
have G-forces?
I can't.
I find I'm just going slower.
I'm too old for this
I'm trying to
train.
go the other way.
Right.
This train is for young people. I think I've aged out of this train.
Too fast for Mama?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm more of a city bus kind of man.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen when that thing starts cranking to 150 miles an hour, what we're going to be looking at. So just be ready, especially north of us if you see that going on. Looks like it could be the end of an era. Serena Williams. Looks like she might be coming to the end of the road.
I saw that. She put out a cryptic statement that she's excited for what's coming next, but this might be the end of tennis.
Not completely surprised by this. She made an announcement in Vogue magazine, and she said after she participates in the U.S. Open in New York later this summer, that's pretty much it. Now, she didn't use the word retirement. Said she used the word evolution. And you've already seen it going on, her doing other projects outside of tennis. She's got Serena Ventures, a venture capital firm. Her sister's got her own little interior design place. And she said soon, after I started a family, I knew I wanted to grow that family. And so it sounds like she wants to have another kid. And so, I know she was chasing 24 majors to tie her for the all-time record. She's at 23. Be amazing if she could win the U.S. Open and then walk away. I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing. I don't know if she's got it in her, but
No matter what, she had one hell of a run. And most tennis players, they just don't play as long as she played.
yeah.
They don't. They retire at a very early age.
In the modern era, I don't know if anyone's ever going to come close to what she's done. And what is it? Something Marie Court or something like that. I think that has the all-time record. I don't even know her, so it's not in my era.
Mm.
So I think you're going back to when they played with wooden rackets.
Speaking of tennis, the Juicy Daddy flies in tomorrow.
Okay.
And I know that the Ralstons have been talking about some tennis.
Yeah.
I don't have COVID, so I'm coming into work tomorrow if I don't have a temperature.
Okay. Yeah. I mentioned it to my father-in-law over the weekend that you wanted to play.
What did he say?
It wasn't anything like yay or nay. It was just, okay, all right, kind of one of those. So it wasn't, he kind of smiled and laughed and was like,
Well, you tell Manuel that the Juicy Daddy wants to eat him alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pass on that word.
Yeah, you tell him that, Kev. Please actually don't. Anything Virginia says about my dad, please just ignore.
Just kind of disregard and move along. Yeah. I would love to see. I think that'd be a lot of fun, man, to see how they do.
Too.
Yeah, see where they are. Because I've never seen my father-in-law play tennis, I don't think. I just know he's massively competitive.
I feel like he'd be good. I feel like your father-in-law, he'd be good at anything athletic that he did.
He always has been, yeah. You take him, he's a ringer in anything. You talk about cards. You take him in for bar games, darts, pool, all that kind of stuff. And like I said, he's very competitive. He loves walking away and frustrating opponents and all that kind of stuff.
My dad is good, and I haven't played in a minute, but I was better at tennis than I was at baseball. I quit tennis because I just didn't like it anymore.
Really?
But
okay.
I know the Queen is good as well, so it should be a pretty fun match.
Yeah, I don't know when she's really ever played though. We've
Really?
been together for
Never?
a long time. Yeah, I mean, she's athletic, but I don't know that. She's. I mean, not since I've been with her. I can't ever remember. I mean, maybe once or twice in the last 20 years we've gone out and knocked a ball around on a court, but
Okay,
nothing more than that.
Did she play back in school?
No, I mean she was athletic. She loves all those things. So she's got the good eye-hand coordination like her dad. She was raised in a bar too, and so she's good at the darts and the pool and cards and all that kind of stuff. And then she played in college. She played basketball. She ran cross country.
She wrestled.
She played softball. Well, she wrestled not formally, but she would wrestle
just to kick ass.
Yeah, she would, because they didn't have a woman, so she wasn't allowed to wrestle, but she wanted to wrestle. And so she always had to wrestle her brother, who was like a state champion. And so she was the one, but, she was too violent. She would hurt him a lot of times. And so what she would do is when he would wrestle somebody, she'd be out there waiting under the bleachers. She'd be like, come on. And she would challenge the boys to wrestle. And Manuel would always say, come out there. And she would have a kid in a chokehold. And she wouldn't let him go, and he had to break it up all the time. So she was out there roughing. And a lot of times there were boys that gave her brother a run for their money. So yeah, she can wrestle pretty well.
That's great.
She's quite a grappler. So all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think she would beat the Juicy Daddy in wrestling, but I know we're playing tennis. So
well, fuck this tennis. I would like to see that.
That'd be pretty amazing.
I kind of don't want to play. I'd rather just chill and watch something.
Yeah, right.
That'd be cool.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Watch some tennis.
Look, I did all my athletics back in college. I'm retired.
Right.
I'm Serena.
I get Serena. Yeah, I'm done. I'm just retiring from anything athletic.
What did she say? Not retirement. What was her word?
Evolution.
Yeah, there you go. Bird evolution. Here we go.
You've evolved into something else. Yeah, I don't blame you. I think I'm right there with you. Let me see some other things that are going on here today. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Robot manicures.
Yes, I am so into this.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that they have them now. Somebody was posting on TikTok that they have them at Target.
Yeah, there's a Minnesota Target that is offering the world's first robot manicure, and it takes just 10 minutes, and it's just $10.
What?
And according to what I'm reading here, a normal manicure takes 30 minutes and costs $20.
Yeah. At least.
Now, the only thing I wonder, because like my daughter's really big into this. In fact, right now she was, her brothers wanted her to do stuff. She's like, no, I got my Mexico nails. So, she's going to Mexico on Thursday.
Oh, she was doing a haul and a fit check.
Oh, geez.
On TikTok with them nails and her outfits. She was looking real good. She was putting it together.
Oh, she was. Yeah. She was like her mom and all that stuff. So, yeah, I don't know that a robot would be able to do. Maybe it could. I don't know. But the kind of
robot
nails
could
she
do
does.
mine. Mine are short and basic.
It's already begun. They are taking over. They're going to take our wives next, Kevin.
Yeah. Yes. They're getting everything. Yeah. They say the machine will scan each nail and paint it, starting around the edges and working into the center. It applies 2 coats at the same time. So I would imagine that you probably could do a design or artwork, and I'm sure a machine or a robot could do it just as fast. And, I guess that's kind of a scary thing because we're looking all the jobs that robots are going to start displacing. Think of all the nail techs that as soon as they get these things in mass production, if you can get a manicure done for half the price in a third of the time, and it looks just as good, which option are you going with?
Oh, definitely half price, third of the time.
Yeah.
And then the manicure or whatever service, they don't talk to you either, so you don't have to waste time with bullshit.
Or you don't have to have what I had not too long ago, a couple manicures ago. I had somebody with the shakes.
Oh, no.
I was getting a manicure.
No, you can't do that.
And the person that was giving me the manicure had the shakes. And I was like, is this a practical joke? I had so much polish on my skin part of my nails.
I mean, you do bring up good points, Kev. I mean, Virginia's problem with that situation, if it bleeds into other professions, like getting your back worked on. I remember I had my back worked on, and the woman stopped the massage because she had to go to the bathroom. She was gone for 15 or 20 minutes. She clearly was dumping. You ain't going to have that kind of stuff with robots.
And then she came back in the room and finished the massage with her poo fingers.
The grossest massage on the planet. You're not going to have that with robots.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I might be on their side now.
You can't poo during my massage. That's a rule.
Pretty fucked up.
Really is. And you would think that's got to be a viable excuse to call out sick, right? If you're a nail tech and you got a case of the shakes, that should be a legit reason to call out.
I don't think you should be doing manicures while you have the shakes.
Right.
I
think every profession probably has that thing where it doesn't work for every profession, but for this, I mean, for us, if you got laryngitis, other places, you know, you can still go without your voice. We can't. It's kind of like the same thing. If you're a nail tech, you can't go in with a case of the shakes. You got to, whatever's giving you the shakes, you got to calm that down.
It did not stop this individual. They were shaking right through my whole manicure.
Gosh, really? And how'd your nails look afterwards?
Not that great. But I came home and then, you know, I got out the nail polish remover and a Q-tip and I just cleaned up all the edges. But my edges were a damn mess.
I don't know if you get the I don't think you get the shakes if there's a robot involved.
You don't.
Yeah.
It's very precise with a robot.
Yeah, I think you're good.
You don't think the shits with a robot either. No shits and no shakes.
Yeah, I mean, what's the worst? They need an oil change?
That's it.
And then
Somebody in the chat room said that's called a dirty ending instead of a happy ending.
It is a dirty ending. Good call.
that is so gnarly. So you figured out your COVID test, even though it was in Spanish, Jaybird?
Yeah, I actually found another one too. I took 2 COVID tests today, and they both were negative.
Okay. Yeah, you know,
By
sometimes...
the way, not all COVID tests are the same either.
Yeah, really? No, what was different?
The ones in the beginning were different, I felt like, Virginia. Were they not?
Yeah, I mean, they're all different companies. So the ones that we got in the mail from the federal government were a different brand. The one that I gave you was a Binex, I think, that was purchased at Walgreens. And I apologize for throwing away the English directions and only leaving you with Spanish.
I was texting you that as a joke. I mean, I know how to do the COVID test. I thought it was funny, though. It was all in Spanish.
They are all kind of different, but, you know, relatively the same.
The first time I had COVID, I was dating somebody, and she's the one that did the whole test for me. I was that down and out the first time I had COVID. I couldn't even do it myself. So she did it for me and helped me out with that. And I think the second COVID test you did for me, Virginia.
Was that the girl that was driving the mysterious Jeep Grand Cherokee that I saw on your driveway that I was asking you about?
Yeah, so we gotta probably, if you could, as a friend, I'd ask you not to, you know, I'm trying not to get mad about stuff when you go on the air about stuff. But when you do details like that and then you laugh about it and you think it's funny, it kind of sucks because it really does it kind of does put some pressure on me behind the scenes, but that is whatever, you do you. But this is why I don't open up, Kev. It's for that reason.
Well, when I asked him about it, he was like, no, that's my sister. And I'm like,
because, well, Virginia, the reason why I don't open up because you don't know how to handle this shit on the air.
but I'm a journalist.
Yeah, it's great. All right, cool. Yay.
Those walls are not thick enough, Bird.
Well, it's like... You don't have to give every detail on the air because it doesn't help with the story, but all it does is fuck my life up behind the scenes. So I don't, like, that's what I don't get.
But she's in the past. You guys, this is years ago now at this point.
No, you're right, Virginia. I'm the one with the problem. I'm handling it the wrong way. Of course I am.
You can come here tomorrow and breathe on her.
I don't, it doesn't really matter. Whatever. I don't fucking care anymore.
Oh.
Say what you want.
And you ready to go home?
Oh, well, that was quick.
Do you think you still have a fever, Bird?
Yeah, I'm running hot. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you.
Okay. Well, there we go. All right, Bird's out. Okay.
I knew that was a girlfriend. He told me it was his sister. I knew it.
Okay. You got him, huh? Yeah.
I'm just always sniffing around because I'm very curious about his love life.
Oh, I know you are. He doesn't like you sniffing, though, Virginia.
I know, but I mean,
you keep
I can't
sniffing.
stop.
I know.
I'm so curious.
He really wants you to stop more than anything.
But I believe in love, and I want him to find it.
But I don't think you're helping. I don't know. I'm just saying. All right. Well, we'll see. Hopefully Bird is back with us tomorrow. Thank y'all for being here. We'll see you later. Have a great Tuesday. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.